Alrighty folks, so today we're going to be working on building some wooden crates. Now these are going to be more of probably an aesthetic thing versus a practical thing. I'm wanting these for taking to farmers markets, for displaying, whatever in those, give it a good farm look to it. Now as far as using them like around in the garden and stuff, I'm not sure how much it'll get used for that, but like I said, the main goal is just kind of to look pretty sitting on a table at farmers markets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these out of some cherry. I've got this log, it's been sitting here for a couple years maybe at this point, so hopefully it's still good. At least I think there should be plenty in there that I can mill out enough wood to make a handful of crates. I've already got it cut to length for what I think I'll need, so let's get this picked up and moved over to the sawmill. Alright, so this next bit is going to be one of these things that may or may not be a good idea. So for the corners of the crates, I need something that holds all the slats together, so you got a vertical part in each one of the corners. Now, the crate that I'm modeling this off from is some stuff that my grandfather made, and in the corners he's got, well, it's actually kind of like a triangular piece that's not this big, but it might be that big, and then it runs the length of or the height of that corner. So what I need to do is I need a strip out of here that's cut at a 45-degree angle. Now, if I had my shop fire table saw up in working order, that would probably be the better thing to use. But since I don't, I've got to try to figure out how to do this on the bandsaw. So what I'm going to do is I've got 3 of these blocks. I drilled some holes in it, and each one of those is where a screw is going to go. And I'm going to put one of these at each one of the log bunks, so that way, maybe, hopefully, I can use these to support this board so that I can flip it up and get it at a 45-degree angle to get this cut made. No idea if this is going to work or not. I may end up getting it jammed up and bending a bandsaw blade, but we'll give this a go and see what happens. Something like that. Now I just got to figure out how to secure it. Alrighty folks, well that pretty much wraps up building some crates out of some cherry wood. I ended up with 7 of them from the stuff I milled up. I milled up a little bit more stuff off camera, so you didn't quite see all of it, and obviously I built some more off camera as well. But I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I've already had them at one farmer's market, and they work pretty well for displaying stuff. I can also stack a couple of them up on top of each other on the ground, set stuff on top of it so I can have a little bit more area to set stuff on in front of the table and just make it look a little bit prettier. I think as these kind of dry out a little bit more and maybe get a little bit of sun on them, the cherry should start to pop a little bit more on them. Right now it looks fairly light, but I think they actually have gotten slightly darker just in a little bit of time since I've made them. Now, the overall dimensions for this is the long slats are 18 inches, and those go the full length, so the crate itself is 18. The short slats are 14 inches, but when you add in the thickness of them being about half an inch, the total width of the crate is about 15. The corner pieces, which are those triangle bits that we cut out on the sawmill, that was a little bit sketchy doing it, but it worked out all right. The triangular corner pieces are 12 inches, but again, you've got half inch of the thickness of the slats on the bottom, so it's a little over like 12 1/4, 12 1/2 inches tall. Now, one nice thing about this is that since the height of the crate is a smaller distance than the width is, you can take one of these and then set it down inside of another crate, and you can stack another one upside down on top of that. That way, basically, 3 crates will then end up only taking up the space of 3 crates, so that they're a little bit more space efficient if you're trying to store them empty. So that's kind of a nice thing to have with whatever dimension you do it, is just so that you can at least stack one inside of the others. So I think that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.